Coach, thank you. Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Here we go. 18 Gators. I don't think you got it, son.
Ito Smith, his first carry. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, his 19th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Man.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Hey, two.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second.
To throw on second down. Ford to the right side to Eric Ebron. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. After the penalty, it's Smith. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave them with a 2nd and just 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Great. Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
From the gun, Ford rolling to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Ford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun on 3rd down. Ford. And Pascal's got it. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
14, Colts 3.
Down, 18 Gator.
Silver.
Ready?
On 1st down, Ford. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a loss of 8 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Catch made here by Campbell. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Ford. He completes this one to Mack. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Saquon Barkley. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Wrigley. Picked off around the 37. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. On third down, Barkley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the
needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put him behind the 8 ball.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A give to Smith out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Smith. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly didn't
lost.
work. Yeah, there's no doubt.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
3, 218, chop. 5. Shoot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Hey, high 7, 61, matchbox lights. Snap.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. That's sort of a 2nd quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a 2nd one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the 2nd.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Campbell making the catch. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Throw left side here complete to Campbell. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
He's coming. Double up.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Well, not the best 1st half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the 2nd half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
We got this.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go right back to Mack. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Watch the boot, watch the boot.
Hey, Alpha. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Atlanta.
Ready.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Here's a give to Smith. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Let's go one more. 58, come on. 58.
Hey, rock it. Leaf River.
They'll look to throw here. And it's complete. Hooper. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Brings up second and 9 at the Colts 39-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A first down carry for Barkley. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
He was brought down by
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
38 yards on the scamper there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Come on, set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Let's go, D. Big series.
And ready.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll set up to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun. Ford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. There he goes inside the 30. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. Looking to throw. Ford. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run it with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. Well, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
2nd and long. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop the throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, Are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Exit.
Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo!
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready to go.
Get this.
Coming.
Hey, 50.
80 weapon.
50 to Mike. All day, punt. He's coming. We got double lightning.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ford. And he connects with Ebron. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 49-yard line.
Break.
52. Mike 52.
Go.
Get in the weight room.
Go.
Watch Mike. You must be.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game. No matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Ready up.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for Indianapolis, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.